Hey everyone, we're very honoured today to have Mr. Paul Raven with us. That isn't his name though, that's just what Zoom does. But we've got Paul Stevenson with us from Exeter. How you doing, Paul?
I'm good, thank you, Paul. How are you?
I'm very well and excited to do this, thanks. And Eric is obviously you know Eric if you've known us for any length of time. I'm going to let Eric tell you what we did with this company.
Yeah, hey, we're excited to have Paul on today, guys. We really want to get all and start drilling him with questions so you guys can find out more about what's going on with Exodus. But for Paul and I, Exodus was a huge part of the story of our business. You know, we're both full-time marketers. I've been marketing online for a lot of years, and Paula has as well. And you know, this is a program that I know for Paul was a huge part of his story because it helped him, and you can talk about that, Paul.
Well,
But we came into this program, and it was a little bit different when we came in. It was only $1,000 product, and of course, we made 100% commission with that. And in 4 months' time, we generated $124,000 in this program, which is just mind-boggling for us at the time. I mean, this was how long ago was this, Paul? That happened,
well,
Paul
we,
Turner.
we this
2016, right?
Yeah.
2016 started. I was doing my mindset NLP course, and we'll talk about mindset on this a little bit. But for me, it was like a 13-year long dream, right? To come and live in a part of the world that's Cornwall out there in the UK, for those of you that
Oh,
know.
where my liver?
All right, yeah, exactly, nearly. Nearly. But Cornish pasties, cream teas. I can see the sea from my bedroom window. I can see the sea if I take 30 seconds walk down the road there. I see the sea. I could be at the beach in like literally 5 minutes. And that was a dream that we had for 13 years. Could never make it happen. Could never afford it. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Did some mindset stuff. Started looking around, looking at things a bit differently. Found Exitus with Eric, and we said we're going to go for it, and we did. And I believe we were the first people to hit six figures with this company, 124K. And it's not a brag. This isn't an income claim. It's not a brag. It's not a boast. But thanks to Mr. Stevenson there and his amazing company, 13-year long dream, tick done. So thank you for that, Paul. So we did work our asses off though, Eric, didn't we? It wasn't all Paul.
We did, but I
You
tell you
did
what,
very well.
and the company's still here, and that's a testament. You
Yeah.
know, when you talk about a company that's been around 10 years in this world, that's like it's kind of like cat years or dog years, right? It's been around 100 years because most programs, you know, are here today and gone tomorrow. They're a flash in the pan. And you know, they just don't stick around. And for 10 years under your belt, Paul, that is absolutely amazing. Love to kind of get your how did it all start? What's sort of the origin story with Exodus?
Well, I was, I dealt with dealing with insurance claims. I was a loss assessor in England, and I did quite well with that. And I'd been doing online stuff for a long time, MLM, network marketing, built some big teams. I built two teams of over 2,000 people, which is quite cool. So I always had that. That's always been part of the background, even if I was doing well in a job, let's say, even though I'm self-employed. But I booked a 2 month trip around Florida, and I traveled down the East Coast, around go down to the Keys, then back up the West Coast, etc. And I was in Cocoa Beach, and I was looking for something. I thought there must be something out there that's like $1,000 or $1,500 that's really, really good that I can get my teeth into. And while I'm traveling around, go make myself 2 or 3 grand a week. And I couldn't find anything. I really couldn't find anything that had any substance. It just was nothing there. And I thought I could do better. I want to do my own thing. And I ended up I spoke to a friend of mine who was a partner at the time, and she came into it with me. And then I had another guy that used to run a company, and he wanted to come in. So we started putting it together. But putting these things together could take money. There's a bit of money involved when you're setting these things up. The back office that I knew with the direction I wanted to go. The guy didn't want to put any cash in, so he wanted the money out, but didn't want to put anything in, so that didn't work. I got rid of him, and after a year, Julie, she wanted to go in a different direction to what I wanted to go to, so I got her out, and then it was totally mine, and that's when I really started to shape it into what I wanted it to be. Was $1,000 a yearly admin fee that meant I'd have revenue coming in every single year. So it was a sustainable business model. And I think that's when you guys then got involved in that period of time. I was also very conscientious that the product products I offered needed to have real value, because so many of these deals, you go in there and you're getting a load of cheap ebooks that are rubbish. So I tried to make Exodus all about video and audio. So it's a higher quality audio training, video training. And there is a side to that that people don't understand, is that if I'm giving you resale rights to a product, you have to have legal resale rights to it. You can't just go and find a product, pull it in, and tell you can sell it. So finding those products is not easy. Finding quality products is not easy. Some of the things we have in our back office right now, I would not say are amazing quality, but the information on them is really, really good. Let me give an example. When I was redoing and rebuilding the back office in the last 2 months, I've been doing it now, the new website, new back office, I was moving audios around and loading them up to Amazon and moving them from different places. And I had one audio, and all it said was track 6. It was sitting on my computer. And I thought, what is that, I wonder? Right? So I listened to it. And within the first minute, I was spellbound and hooked on, oh my God, if I played this on a webinar and said I can get this guy to do a training, people would be absolutely ecstatic, over the moon. It was brilliant, right? And I'm going to play it on my next webinar. It's already in the back office, a complete course with this trainer teaching you how to make 100 grand a year in multi-level marketing. And it's brilliant. And this is the thing. Some things never age,
True.
right?
Right.
That's the thing. I have Mentors in Motion back there with Val Smith, good friend of mine, made a lot of money with him. He's made a lot of money. Val Smith's Mentors in Motion was a $500 product, right, back in the 90s. Oh no, that's going to be no good. That's old. It's old. But let me tell you though, if you listen to that product, it's 3.5 hours long. What Val does in there is teaches you how, by using telephone conference calls, you can put 100 people a week into your network marketing business. All you need to do is swap conference call for Zoom or Meeting or Google Meet or something, and we're right back up in 2026, because the technique for inviting someone, the technique for getting them there is exactly the same. Just the vehicle's changed, the method hasn't. And so I think it's important that we continue to strive and bring new products in, and we will. And I'm hoping to be more audio content in, because now we've redesigned everything. Everything works beautifully on a cell phone. So you can go in the car, plug your phone in, and make your car your university and stuff like that, which I always think has been a good idea. And so I've got a bit sidetracked there, but I wanted good products. I wanted a good program. I wanted it to be simple. And Exodus was formed, and people came in, and it really, really just took off. And then it all develops as, we should have a $500 level to match this program, and we should have this. And part of me regrets doing that, if I'm honest, because it was so simple before.
Yeah.
But I have had people that have joined me at $100 level, and in 6 weeks they've qualified G2000. Now we've got rid of the qualification now, of course, as well. So there are people who have gone on that journey and have, like you guys, have achieved really, really good things. But last year we took away the one-up aspect of it. The reason for that is when I looked at the figures, it just there was a lot of people that had come into the business and actually never really achieved anything. I want this for the masses. I want people to come into this deal, come into Exodus Elite, follow simple instructions, get leads and prospects to look at stuff, help them make a decision, they come in and buy, and they repeat the process. And we're working on that all the time.
Let me just say, for anyone watching this is not sure about one-up, it was just a straightforward $1,000 deal, and your first sale that you made passed up to your referrer, your sponsor. Now, me and Eric, we see that as an opportunity, because it's in our interest to help our members, right? Obviously, because we want you to be successful to get the pass up. Let me just say that pass up has now gone, because although we all love to receive a pass up, Paul, does everybody love to give a pass up away?
Absolutely. No, and,
They're
and
great.
I tell you, I mean, back in 2018, I had a phone call with someone who's big in the business. I have a number of people who are involved in Exeter Sleep that no one knows about. They're big leaders in other companies. They
Yeah.
cannot be named. They won't be named. They'll never admit to it, but they do very, very well in the background, and they do a lot of training with the products that we have. But the point here is that, and I've lost my train of thought already there. What are we talking about?
Pass ups are gone.
Startups, yes, sorry. I went and looked at that. People they hate doing it, right? It's meant to give you leverage because you help someone get started. They give you your first sale, then they get the first sale from their person. They get the first sale from their person. I've actually had that. I've done that down 16 levels. That's the most I've ever known it happen. And I don't know many people have done that. The second thing is in 2018, I was told, oh, the reverse one up is what you want to do. Let people keep their first sale and make them pass up the second sale. So I changed all the programming. I rearranged everything, redid all the website to do that. That was a disaster. All the leaders left. They didn't like the fact they were working and weren't getting the pass up. And then 2 years later, hey, that's the worst decision we ever make. Can you put it back to a normal pass up? So I did that. But then last year, I looked at it and I looked at all the figures. We have a lot of stats in our back office. We have a lot of stuff going on back there. And I looked at people and I thought, you know what? This guy here has been involved with me for 6 years, has not made a qualifying sale. That's not good enough. And I'd say 85% of the people in the business hadn't done that, which meant they hadn't made a sale at their level or, and that's not what I wanted. That's not what I designed it for. So we removed it. It's now a straight affiliate program, which the SEC and all of these people like. It's very, very simple to explain. You're not trying to say, well, you're going to work really, really hard. You're going to get some leads. You're going to make $2,000 and you're going to send it to me because that just, it's depressing. However, you still have leverage if you understand the pay plan. So, if you're at the highest level and that's where you should strive to get to, if you're at the highest level and you bring someone in who's, let's say, at the $500 level, G500, and you work with that person, we mentioned, working with them, and they start running leads or they do 5 leads a day or they do traffic or they do whatever method you teach them, and they bring their first person in who happens to want to join at $1,000, they make 500 passes up to you, right? They bring in a $2,000 sale in, they make 1,500 passes up to you. They're a G100, they bring in a $2,000 sale, 1,900 passes up to you. So you still have that leverage. The second thing is, if you're a $500 level and you're bringing in a $2,000 sale, you might think to yourself, well, I can get myself up to G2000 now and have this guy pay for it. I'll upgrade. So bang, you just made $1,500 and they now get their money back. So it is a really powerful program right now if you understand it. And it's simple to understand. You get paid on whatever the level you're at. Anything above goes up to the person above you until you upgrade. Simple.
Yep. Paul, can you speak to the mindset of this is the one thing that, I know that so many people are sitting there, and Paul Turner I got two Pauls here, so I gotta say last names, but Paul Turner always reminds me that this is kind of more of a mid, we always say high ticket, but it's really a mid ticket. High ticket, there's $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 offers out there. So when you're talking about, $100 to $2,000, really, or $1,002, that's mid ticket. But for a lot of people can't wrap their heads around, or they think, because you've been selling this type of product for years successfully, they think they can't wrap their head around, am I going to be able to sell $1,000? Are people really going to want $1,000 product, a $2,000 product? Are they really going to want that? And meanwhile, they're struggling, or they may make a couple of sales with a really low ticket, like a $7 deal. But that's great. But that's not really getting them, too far. It's not getting them anywhere because there's some sort of a thing going on in their brain that says people aren't going to buy that. And Paul and I always try to explain to people that probably, look at this, we had $124,000 sales in 4 months, right? We've been in programs that are lower ticket that we had to scratch and claw and do a million things and didn't even come close to generating those types of sales, and that was $1,000 offer. So can you speak to that a little bit? Because I think
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are on the edge and they're ready to move forward, but they got that little thing going on in their head that says, I'm just not sure if people are gonna buy this.
It's a really good question. And then I think the situation is this: people are wary, they're afraid, they're scared because they hear all these stories. Look, anyone offering a $20,000 program is not going to have anything substantial to back it up. I've looked at them. There's a couple out there right now. We have more product in our $100 level than they have in their $20,000 level. It's simply a vehicle to move money around, and I think it's crazy to spend 20 grand on an online business. You've got to be insane to do that. That's just my opinion, and I highly respect it. The thing is this: the mindset is really important, and we have good training on that in the
Jack
back office about it. Yeah, about it. You have to believe you're not gonna change your life making $7 on a product. You're not gonna change your life. I mean, I'll give you an example. We brought G100, the G1000. Then can we have a $500 level because of this company? And so I built a $500 level in, and then Easy One Up was around at the time. Well, they've got a $100 level. Can you do it? So I did all that. I put G100 in, and within a week of me putting $149 for a business. Please don't tell me you can't afford that, right? Within a week, could you do a $50 level? Some prat said, can I do a $25 level? I mean, talk about narrowing your thinking. You have to think big. You have to think you can achieve things. This is the difference. What would $1,000 a month mean to you if you could get it? Right? What would you do with it? You have to picture it. You have to visualize it. You have to understand what it would mean. And let me tell you, I'll tell you a true story. And Dan Frolke, you may or may not know of him. Dan Frolke joined. This is a true story, and I was talking to Dan about this the other day. Dan Frolke joined Exodus back around the same time you guys did. He'd been in online space for 10 years, and he'd never made $1. It was really an abject failure, if you're honest. He was talking to me about the program. I said, look, all you got to do is get people in front of this, do this, show them the website, get them on the phone with me, or, talk to them. He called me on a Thursday, and he said, I think it was Thursday, just made my first sale. I said, congratulations, well done. He said, I'm qualified. Brilliant. What should I do? Keep going. I think it was the following Tuesday. It may have been the Wednesday. He rang me again. I just made my first $1,000. I said, that's brilliant, Dan. Brilliant. What are you going to do with it? He goes, well, I'm going to take all the money and I'm going to put it back into advertising. And I said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Take some of it and put it back in advertising. But what you should do is your wife has watched you fail for 10 years. Take her out for dinner on Saturday, spend $300 to a favorite restaurant, buy a bottle of wine, and let her see you've had some success, right? So he did that. The next week, he made another $1,000. He said, I'm taking my wife out to dinner on Saturday again. Dan's made nearly 400 grand with us. And now he's recognized as quite a successful guy in the industry. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't successful. And nobody watching this video who's just starting, they may not have been successful now, doesn't mean they can't be successful in the future. Providing you put enough people in front of what we offer, you absolutely will make money. It's numbers.
I think there's a lot of people out there looking for side hustles and things. And if you go and look, it's the old analogy. But if you're going to go and start like you're going to get a market stall even and home bake cakes and sell them, you probably spend more ultimately with insurances, ingredients, rent, and everything. To do something like that. I mean, $1,000 is what, £750 or something, 700 quid.
Yeah, I liken it to like, okay, what can I do? Well, window cleaning is always a good thing. Don't see many window cleaners over in the States here, but window cleaning, right? Well, I need a van, I need a ladder, I need a mop, I need a bucket, I need soap, and I then guess what I've got to do? I've got to go and find my clients, and I've got to go and fight against everyone else's window cleaning.
Because they need to have one of those machines now that
it goes up 50 stories.
They have to have that apparently because they're not allowed to climb ladders legally because of health.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, no, we can't do that. So you know, there's always the thing is this, that you want something that's got a bit of a proven lifestyle. You know, you join something new, there's always a risk. End of story. There is. There's no
Totally.
escaping that. So you want something that's got a bit of a track record. You want something that's continually evolving, which I think we are. You want something that provides excellent value for money, which I think we do. I don't know of any other, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I don't know any other company where the person who invented the business is so involved in talking to distributors, members, affiliates, whatever you want to call them, and being available on a phone call, having a request come in this morning. Hey, can you integrate with Go High Level? And this afternoon we're going to start implementing it.
Love it.
You know, we are trying to make this the best opportunity that people can have in 2026. And if you can see that and understand it, and it all as you start building momentum in your team and your people start seeing it, more things start happening, more people start making money. There's more ka-chings going on. There's more things coming into the equation, and then that builds. And the other thing, the most important thing is this, and then we choose a different question maybe. Once you do make the decision to start, and you drive traffic to your leads and to capture pages and to the videos and to the sales team and you know, your upline, once you make that first sale and that second sale, the biggest thing that happens to any individual is this: their confidence goes through the roof. And once you're confident and that self-doubt has gone, you start talking confidently. What do? Well, I'm a BT engineer. I'm a so-and-so, but I have a side business. I have an online business. I sell digital products on the side. Oh, what's that all about? Are you serious or curious? Let me send you some information. And away you go. You're confident because you've just made $4,000 in a week or in a month.
Yeah.
And
we had a $4,000 day on Sunday.
Confidence is really important. Yeah, absolutely.
And just
I'll never forget. I was going to say, like 10 years of failure. I mean, that's a perfect scenario, because 10 years I failed in network marketing, and then I get online and I joined this $2,000 program, which I did in secret, right? No, because
if I remember rightly, Eric, you were very sneaky. Yeah. You came on a call making an attorney.
Yeah, and so, but after 10 years of failure, I joined this. My first program was a high ticket 2,000. I made $1,500 commissions on that. After 10 years of failure, even more than that, and then just family and friends and everybody just like, oh, that's the poor slub over there that tries that network marketing thing, you know? And then I get in this deal and I make in a week and a half, I end up making, you know, over close to $9,000. And, you know, you would have thought that was it. I was like, all the negativity, everything was, it was worth it. It was worth the 10 years of failure, because at that point I realized, I said, wait, I finally did it. I finally proved to myself that I can make not just a few sales, small sales, but some substantial money on the internet. Like, I've proved that to myself. So nobody can take that away from me now. Nobody. And that was it. That's when the light switched, and nobody was going to deter me at that point. You know, not that they did for 10 years, but certainly they do. People, you know, they're in that 10 years, I wanted to quit multiple times, because, you know, you're at a family event and somebody says something sideways, or, you know, you just hear and, you know, you're being looked at like, oh, look at him trying that. That's cute, you know, kind of thing. But after that, it was a totally different thing. And I always tell people, just stick in long enough, but you also have to have something with a little bite that can put, like you said, enough money in the bank that you've created online that you know, it's not $5, it's not 10, it's something substantial that now you can go out and do something like that. Take your wife to, you know, to a $300 dinner, and that sort of thing. It's powerful.
If everybody sat there and said, okay, let's say you do one G1000 sale, $1,000 sale a week, is $4,000 a month, right? Just stop for 1 minute. And I remember I did this in a teleconference, and I always thought it was quite effective. Because of the way money is handled electronically nowadays, everything is just done. You sell $1,000 to someone, you PayPal that. You don't appreciate just how much money that is, right? But just think about you've made $4,000, and imagine you've got it in $20 bills, and it's on your kitchen table, and you're going to count it out. You count that money out, 20, 30, 40, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20. And you sit there with $4,000. You can do something with that. You can pay a credit card bill. You can take a vacation. You can take someone on a cruise. You can do something with $4,000. How do you make it? You get enough people coming to your website, talking to you guys, talking to our sales team, looking at the videos, and you're looking for the people that are looking. You're not looking for the losers who don't want to do anything. They're happy with their lot. You're looking for people who want to change something. You know, if you're happy and people are happy in their job and they're happy working for their employer and they've got no desire to do anything else, great. We need people like that. You need people to be working in restaurants and driving cabs and driving Ubers. We're looking for the people that want something else. I'm not happy with this. I'd rather be making 10 grand a month online and working, staying home, looking after my kids and schooling my kids and picking the kids up from school than being a plumber. Nothing wrong with being a plumber. I'm not casting any aspersions on that.
Plumbers make a lot of money.
They're the people you're looking for. Yeah, they do.
But then knees and backs
How
always
much?
I used to work
It's
in
going
the
to be 500 quid before you even look at it, mate.
Exactly. Unless it's their grandma, then they'll charge 1,000.
Yeah.
No, sorry, plumbers.
Yeah. We're not offended. It's, visualize it. You have to visualize it. It's available. You just have to take the first steps towards grabbing it. Simple as that.
Right. So, two things. First thing, Eric didn't take his wife out for a nice meal when he made that 9 grand. I know that for a fact, right?
Oh dear.
Oh dear. But secondly, mindset is big. I think. Yeah. I know. I think what we should do. When you said earlier about numbers, I wrote down on a sheet of paper $4,000, right? So if you got something that makes you like an ebook or something that makes you $28 commission, you need 143 sales to make $4,000 a month. Would you be cool, Paul? Let's talk about somebody like almost like for a beginner, right?
Yeah.
Should we go through the flow of what Exitus does? How do we get leads in? What's the most popular package? Let's talk about the call center. Can we do that? And it's like if we had a target of say $4,000, which is only 2 sales at the $2,000 level.
Yeah.
Say like you said, a sale a week at the $1,000 level. Would that be useful to maybe? And then like I say, I'm respectful of your time. So maybe if we sort of do this and then we'll close out.
Right. This is it. I never used to market the business myself. I never used to do that because I didn't need to, and I felt it wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But times change, right? Yeah. And I feel that if I can say to someone, this is what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm being successful at it, right?
Yeah.
So again, I'm very wary about recommending certain things to people because if they work for one, they're not always going to work for someone else because of skill set, attitude, work ethic, blah, blah, all those different variables that come into play. I'm willing to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to make a phone call if I need to. Some people aren't. I'm willing to work till 12 at night if I need to. Some people aren't.
Yeah.
Right? I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get to where I want to get to. Some people aren't. That's back to mindset again, right? Yeah. The process you have to think about is this. I think that as soon as someone watches our VSL, and there's a new one in production, just so you know.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll share the back office while we're chatting.
Yeah.
And then we can draw.
I can talk to you. I mean, we totally rebuilt it. Let's just give you a quick bit of history on this. Excuse me. This is for people listening to this particular call right now. This training or whatever you want to call this thing now, right?
Yeah.
12 weeks ago, none of what you're looking at now existed, right? I had a person ring me and say, I've been waiting for 2 years for Authorized Net to work correctly, right? And what he meant was when someone comes into the back office and makes their payment of their product using Authorized.net, which is a credit card processor here in the States, my developer, Dan, had programmed it so you put in your 2 API keys, you clicked a button, and the payment would go to Authorized.net, it would come back, and it would automatically qualify you or put you live.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to come in and click the button. That's what he wanted. And I spoke to my developer, And I love these pages, man. These are
They're
really,
cool.
really, oh, they are, they really are. And I rang it. I didn't ring him. I had a text message through my son, and it was like, "Well, I'm busy for 8 weeks. I need 8 hours to go back into your back office to get to understand it because I've not been there for 4 hours, and then I'll give you a quote." And I'm thinking, well, he's $450 an hour. That's like 3.5, 4 grand right there before he even does anything. What I'm going to do, and this is unbelievable. Trust me, for anyone listening, I'm going to see if ChatGPT can help me. And in a day, I'd integrated Authorize.net with ChatGPT. Right. To cut a very 3 month story short, I worked with ChatGPT for about 4 or 5 weeks. Then it couldn't do what I needed it to do. And so I moved to a different AI platform. And everything you're looking at now in the back office, the pages, has all been. Where's that come from? That's old. That's
Yeah,
coming
yeah, it's
down.
just, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at the VSL. Okay.
Oh, I need to change that. I'm not doing testimony.
You
I need
said
to.
you got a new one coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be gone. That'll all be gone soon. I need to change that a little bit. That testimonial page is going to come down. This is all new. Um, but the whole thing here, everything you're looking at has been rebuilt from the ground up. The way we load products is brand new. The way that the products are delivered to you is brand new. I don't know if you've seen the new, if you go to back office training, Paul, there's new videos in there now. I loaded them up last night. So go
Oh no,
there.
I haven't seen today then.
Yeah. So if you click the playlist, the bottom, this is all brand new.
Oh, look at that.
Make your product purchase, domain forwarding, integrations is cool. We show you how to integrate different things into the back office. The way we've done it, I think, is incredibly cool. If you go to Marketing Suite, for example, so you go in, you go to the bottom down to integrations.
Yeah.
Yeah, click there and go to, I know, Get Response or Aweber's better. Right.
I'm
You
sorry,
click
I'm gonna
there.
I've got to get response.
So what you do, you're going to, yeah. So you're going to click get. You don't have to click that. You're going to click that, get an API key. What that does is going to log you in to Get Response. Your key will automatically be there for you when you log in.
Oh,
Look.
I'm not got the
Oh,
right
dear
email.
me.
Anyway, we won't worry about that now then.
Anyway, a number appears. An API key number appears. You copy that and
There
you
you go.
paste it. You paste it into the
There you
box
go. I've
below.
already done that. I've done it. I've done it.
Yeah.
There you
You've
go.
already integrated. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Must have done that. Now,
But
can I just say though, at the minute, me and Eric, we're trying to keep everything really simple. If somebody's looking at this going, "Oh my God, I'm not technical. I don't know what to do."
no. I'm just trying to. What I wanted to show you. That the point I'm trying to make here is, if you then go to lead capture pages in the marketing suite,
Yeah.
go there, and just choose any page and look at underneath. Oh yeah, you can't forget it. Once you've turned on Aweber or Get Response,
Yeah.
you have a little integrations button pops up here.
Right.
You click that and you can turn any page on or off. It's really, really cool, but you need to be in there.
But if somebody isn't technical,
Yeah.
and I just send people straight to this link, for example, they'll
It works
automatically
perfect. Yeah, it works perfectly
See?
to our system.
Yeah, I see, guys. So if you haven't got your own autoresponder, or you're one of those people, because we're dealing with quite a few people at the minute that are kind of like, "Oh, I'm really sort of not technical, Paul. It's all above me." Well, me and Eric do still support our team. The pass up's gone, but we still very much support our team, right? So you will get looked after with things like integrations if you want it. But my point is, the flow here, you don't actually need to. You can let the system take care of it.
Yeah,
So,
the whole thing, Paul, is this. Exodus Elite is built on the premise that you can join, and within 15 minutes, you can be promoting your business without paying for anything else. The only thing you need to pay for is you should always buy your own domain.
yeah.
Right? And you need some sort of lead generation, which I have already in here for you.
Lead sources and traffic.
Yeah. I recommend 5 leads a day, because it's 150 people a month looking through your business. They're responsive. They email you. They pick up the phone. So that's what I use. That right there.
Yeah.
And it's a referral program. So you start making sales. If you make a sale to someone in this, and then say to them, "Well, what are you going to do for leads? Well, what do you recommend?" I recommend I found you through this system. You're a good guy. Let's find more people like you. So your team start getting these leads coming in. And suddenly, with 150 people a month looking at your business, if you get 4 or 5 of them just 4 or 5 who
Yeah.
want to take action and do something, you're making good money right now.
Yeah. And it works out 50 cents a lead, which
Yes,
is
nothing.
and you can get $211 for 15 leads a day. So what's 211 divided by 15? Is that the same? That works out at, that can't be right. That's ridiculous.
It's cheap.
Very cheap.
Oh,
Eric, we need
by
to
the
check this
way,
out.
they pay out 50% in affiliate commissions on this website.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
so
how does
that,
I was going to ask how the call center works for the people that are a
yeah,
little bit nervous about, they don't want to, getting on the phone with
Oh,
somebody.
yeah.
They're not confident. How's all that work?
It's really very simple. We have an 800 number that and we've tried every single variation of running this sales team, just so you know. We've had live calls, I've tried AI, I've tried everything. This is the most effective way. What happens if you have a question is this: you ring our number, you're going to get a voicemail, right? We can switch it to live at any time we want, but you get a voicemail that says, hey, you've reached the sales team. Leave us the name of the person who referred you, your name, your telephone number, and a brief message, and one of us will get back to you shortly. We normally ring back within 5 minutes, right? We then answer any questions they may have. Anything they want to know at all about the business, we answer the questions. And then we ultimately try to get them to make a decision to join. And if they do, we take them to the members' website and we guide them through the sign-up process. And we do very well at it. The people that call the call center who are serious, I'd say we convert 90%, maybe 93%.
awesome.
Because they're serious, right? Now, if you're an idiot who's just ringing up to get, when I had it live, the amount of people used to ring up to say, oh, I'm just ringing up to see if you pick the phone up was ridiculous. Right? It's like now we have a support ticket system. We have brilliant support. I still have people ringing the sales team for support questions. Drives me crazy. Hey, I forgot my login. Can you help me log in, please? I'm like, this is a sales line, dude. What are you doing? But it's very simple. People call the number. We're really friendly. We don't pressure people because you don't want high pressure selling. You don't want to do that. We could do it, but we don't do it. I want someone to come into your business or to one of your team's business, happy that they've experienced a good experience with the sales team, know that their guests and their visitors and their prospects going to have the same experience, and it's a nice one. And the whole feel of Exodus Elite is about keeping it professional, keeping it cool, keeping it real, and building a solid community of like-minded people, all striving for the same thing. And if you really want a goal and you really want to push yourself, $10,000 a month is where you should be looking. I've always said, my friend Libby used to say, there's not many problems you can't solve with bang over there with a big bag of money, and 10 grand a month helps a lot.
Yes.
What's the most popular level that people come in at the minute, Paul?
Well, obviously, I'm going to say G2000, but I'm not. I'd say 1,000.
Sweet spot.
Right, because if they're in, again, it all depends how you want to frame this, right? Some people can't afford to do that, right? Some people just can't. They can come in at a lower level, not a problem. But this is what you have to, again, you explain to them, that's the maximum you can earn is $1,000 at that level. We are pushing people to join at the $2,000 level, because that's where you really want to be. But of course, with Exodus, if you upgrade, you only pay the difference. Unlike any other company, where you have to pay the whole thing all over again. So you could have someone who wants to join at the G2000 level, but then doesn't have any money for marketing, doesn't have any money for leads, doesn't have any breathing space. You'll be much better off saying to that person, look, Jimmy, let's start you off today at 1,000, right? Let's get you in, let's get you set up, let's get some leads coming in, and next week we can upgrade you, right? You'll make some sales. You don't have to do it straight away, but let's make sure it's on your schedule to upgrade, right?
Yeah.
Other people come in and they just want to be at the top position. I'm coming at 2 grand. That's it. They're maximizing their income from day one. They know they're not going to lose anything, because you can guarantee that if a G1000, their first sale is a G2000, they're going to go, oh my God, I'm giving $1 grand away now. I might as well upgrade. I'll upgrade and I get my 2 grand back. I mean, it's not rocket science. So I would say that the $2,000 level is a really nice place to be. And it leaves you that little bit of leeway if you've got any change left over to get some leads coming in, to get some traffic, just to get your head around the whole system. But you can be up and running. If you had to go and buy, if you had to join now, log in. I'm actually in the middle of the getting started video, which isn't long. Get your domain name at GoDaddy, Namecheap or Cloudflare, $10. You've now got a domain name, you forward it to a lead capture page. Set up your payment profile. How do you want to be paid? I think the way we've got the payment profile now is beautiful and really simple, really simple, right? And the crypto, for those who want to be paid in crypto, we've made that really, really good. You can have any wallet you want, basically. And that works really nicely. We've got Zelle, we've got Venmo, we've got all the things you want. Wise for international transfers. I'm adding, we've got AuthorizeNet, we'll have Stripe, we'll have Square. I'm probably going to bring Chime in, because I think Chime's really good now, very popular. So there's multiple ways to get paid. So you choose the way you want to be paid. You go and buy your leads. Your leads start today. You're in business.
So let's go through it. You see a link for Exitus. You put your email and username, name and email, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you start getting followed up by the system automatically, unless the person's maybe a little bit above average, got their own Aweber Get response. Yeah. So anyway, I opt in, I get followed up. I decide I'm interested. I can click and join, or I can call the number if the person activates the call center. I get to speak to somebody. And I know when I spoke to you last time, there's only about 4 people that actually do the call center. So they know their stuff. They know it inside out. They know it better than me or Eric put together. So I might want to do it for that reason. I might want to do it for the other reason. I'm in the UK. And I've been, we've all in the UK, if you're on the online world, come on this call. It's really important. And it's like 8 p.m. EST. That's 1 a.m. Do I want to do that?
Yeah, okay. Real leaders get up for that.
Yeah, I know, but that's what they say. And then there's nothing of interest on the webinar. But if it's a prospect, obviously I might not even know, and you want to strike while the iron's hot. So the call center's there. That might be good for me. Okay.
Call it sales team sounds better than I don't even like using the word sales, but
it's not a call center, is it? It's
it's in the Philippines with loads of people. We're not, it's a small group of highly trained people that know exactly what they do. I actually jump on a lot of them myself.
I know, yeah,
because it's really a support. It's really a support center, right? I mean, it's a hub. Yeah. It's a place to go to get all your questions answered. You guys aren't high pressuring people. No. But you're responding to people. And again, like you said, this isn't some, third rate, call center where they're outsourcing, overseas. Right. And so one thing I was going to say, Paul, that I respect is because there's different type of owners. Paul and I've dealt with many. I respect the owners the most, because it's how I'm built too, are the ones that are in the trenches every day with the affiliates, right? Because you do have the owners, like you said, they're in the castle, and they're making decisions. They're making decisions up there, and you can't really deal. But you are in the trenches every single day. And one of the things Paul and I said as we go into 2026 is we're focused on, we're not interested in the newest thing that pops out or any of that. What we want is a solid company that has a history, has a track record, with an owner that's in the field with its affiliates. So with that said, you've been around 10 years. Are in a year from now or 2 years from now, are you gonna message me and Paul and say, hey, I'm selling off into the sunset and on my yacht, and I'm gonna you guys good luck? Or are you really ready to go another 10 here?
Let me tell you, I mean, I took my foot off the gas a couple of times in the last 5 or 6 years when I first came to the States. I won't bore you with all the issues. I got involved with a restaurant. There was an abject failure for a number of reasons. I had the wrong business partners. I took my foot off the gas there. I am involved with a tequila company. I was doing some work with that. But the whole point of that conversation that I mentioned earlier about the AI aspect of the Authorize.net, that changed my mind and completely rejuvenated me. After 11 years of doing something, it's sometimes difficult to motivate yourself. I couldn't change the website without speaking to Aaron. I couldn't get that removed unless I spoke to Dan. The minute I took control, like I have now, of the back office, the website design, I control everything now. I've taught myself in 3 months to program PHP, database, build anything I want. I've built controllers in the back office that do amazing things. Well, it's not me. It's me and Claudette, my girlfriend, who's AI. Um, it's not really my girlfriend, but you know what I mean.
Well, private life short call. We're only asking about Exitus here.
Yeah. So that whole thing has reinvigorated me to really go. I look around. I look at companies that have got 50,000 people in their school group, and they're teaching nothing. There's no back office. There's no substance. It's all smoke and mirrors. And I'm like, wow. You know, it just needs the message to get out there, the people to, see it and just start doing a little bit. You know, even if it is just getting 5 leads a day coming into your system, sales will follow from that. And as your confidence grows and you start making money, everything changes, and then you start getting more momentum. And then when you got momentum, you got excitement. When you got excitement, you have more confidence. You got more confidence, you get more momentum. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. You know, it just get busier and busier. I mean, that's how I see it. I can't see me not been doing this for as long as I can. And then I've got my son Jake, who's there, who everyone knows him. He's amazing at support. He can take over at any time and run the thing. Okay, he can't yet do the stuff I'm doing in the background, but that's something I can teach him and share with him and show him how to do. So I think we're here for a while. My goal is to, really, really ramp up this year and have some really good success as well. I want people to come on your calls and go, I've just made 10 grand. I've just made $15,000. I just bought a new car. And just so you know, I've had people make over 100 grand in their first month.
Wow.
Just so you know, yeah. No, I'm not saying everyone can do that. They have
income claim,
right?
Yeah,
but anybody, and I do an analogy, and I often do it on the training, and I'll throw it in here. If we were selling coffee, you and I, Paul, in a hotel, right? We're selling cups of coffee for £1.
Yeah.
Or $1.
Yeah.
And we got this great coffee, it tastes really good. And so we go to the manager, he goes, there's a little meeting room there. There's only about 100 people in there, but you can sell to them. So we go in and we sell coffee during the interval, and we sell 10 cups to 100 people. And we leave and we say, I did all right. It was 10%, not bad. We make $1 a cup, we made $10. The manager says to us, well, there's another meeting down the road there. It's much bigger. There's 1,000 people in that one. Go and sell coffee there. It's the same coffee. It's the same price. The same 10% of people buy it. But now we made $100.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers is all that matters. Providing you're showing people, you will make sales. It's a simple equation. Right? And the other thing to remember is this. When a person, I don't care who they are, when they see the website, when they see the information, they make a buying decision there and then, right? You don't make a buying decision when day 9 email comes in, not interested. Oh, I'm joining today. It doesn't work like that. People know within the first 20 minutes whether it's something they want to do. And then what happens, the subconscious mind and the inner person starts in arguing about why they should or why they shouldn't. And then they have that little bit of self-doubt that creeps in, etc., etc., etc. If you could say to someone, I guarantee you join this business, you make $1,000 a week, people jumping in a heartbeat. The trouble is you can't make guarantees, right? And you can't control people's emotions, and you can't control their effort. I've got people that say, I'm working my ass off. What have you done? Who have you spoken to? Well, no one. Well, what do you mean? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You have to do something. And that's the thing. If you don't join this business, do nothing and expect a result, because that's a waste of money. Now, I say that. Could you educate your mind? Could you become a better person? Could you understand the industry better? Could you become great at recruiting? Could you learn how to do certain things and have certain skill set? Absolutely.
And that's what Genesis products are for, by the way.
Yeah.
People. We've talked about sort of buying leads, but the products in there, like, Paul mentioned, network marketing, how to make six figures and how to
That's
use
brilliant.
Facebook ads. Yeah. And I mentioned mindset at the beginning because that's what really helped me have my breakthrough. The Jack Zufelt stuff in the back office is fantastic. If you're into your
Amazing.
mindset,
Conquering forces in you. Yeah, it's a brilliant, the whole thing is brilliant. But you know what? I can see how many people have watched it.
yeah, very
I
few.
can see they don't. There's,
Yeah, because people want it easy, Paul, and that's the thing. But that's where you can buy, guys. You can buy leads. There's no reason for anybody to say they can't get eyeballs on their offer because you can go and buy leads, right? And if somebody has a
50 cents,
question,
50 cents a pop, right?
yeah,
And three members of your team, two members of your team go and buy leads. Yours are free. I mean, give me a break. That's amazing.
yeah,
So there is no excuse not to get things moving. And once you have 150 people and 200 people and 300, you've now got people you can drop an email to. You've got people, if you can say, someone could say to me, look, I've got 200 leads there. If you connect with them, we'll split the commissions. I'd do that.
yeah. In fact, you're giving me some ideas actually, because me and Eric were social media guys predominantly, but we need to get in on this. So,
Well, the thing is this, when you pick the phone up to somebody, again, I could do training on this. There's ways to speak to people and there's ways not to speak to people, right? Remember, when a person comes in as a lead, they've seen an advert that says, "Do you want to make money online? Are you looking for a side gig? Are you looking for a side hustle?" Right? You get that as a lead. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you're offering. They don't know anything about you. So the first thing you need to do is know, like, and trust. So you want an email sequence that begins that process, and we have that. But once they've been hearing from you from a few days and you've got a telephone number, you can ring up. And again, we cover this, but you can, hey Paul, my name's Paul. I've been emailing you last couple of days, blah 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 blah, introduction. Did you find anything? Have you found anything that you're excited to work or blah 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 blah? Just idle banter. Not do you want to buy anything? Have you made a decision? Not that sort of question. It's just a follow-up call. Have you found anything? Do you have any questions I can help you with? That low pressure, genuine helping type of thing really goes a long way to help them go, do you know what? I've really been looking at this and I like it, but I've got a couple of questions. Great. Well, that's why I'm here. What can I help you with those? Right? You can do that. You can text people. Right? You could drop a text to them. And again, there's platforms out there where it's very easy, or you just get your phone and go, hey, it's Paul. You've been looking at my business. I'd love to answer any questions you may have. Feel free to give me a call back. Text me back. Click a button. As long as you're doing something to promote your business and you're not letting the leads sit idly by, most people will let them build up and won't do anything with them. There's money in the list.
I used to find their emails, Paul. If you have an email and a phone number, I would say 70% of the time I could find them on Facebook, and I would connect with them and reach out and say, hey, I don't know, probably been receiving our emails. You took a look at one of the offers. I just wanted to reach out real quickly and say hi. I mean, for people that are scared to death to pick up a phone. So yeah, the follow up is so important, right? It's so important. And but what's cool is, yeah, it is. And what's cool is if they'll just do that, and then people have questions, it's like, okay, you don't have to be the one that answers all those questions. You can say, oh, well, I have a support team. The greatest part of this is I don't have to be on the phone answering questions. I actually have a support team that does all that. So you don't have to do it either. All you have to do is direct people to the support team.
I love that line. It's so good.
Yeah. So why don't I get you plugged in? Give them a call, leave a message. If they don't answer, they'll call you back and they'll answer all of your questions. And isn't it awesome? You don't have to be on the phone answering questions because I don't have time to do that, and I bet you don't have time to do that either. So it's a lot more simple than people think. It's just a matter of being consistent. We teach people to do simple things on social media to get attention. And when people give attention, we say, okay, somebody's giving you attention. Just go say hi to them. You don't have to pitch them anything. Just, hey, thanks for liking that comment or that video. Thanks for commenting on the video. How's it going today? You know what I mean? And just start the connection, start building that trust. And then, at that point, if they're interested, that's the beautiful thing about something like this. They don't have to be, you're well spoken. If I'm listening to this, I'm going, man, I pray my prospect calls and talks to Paul because Paul's gonna make me sales. He's a great speaker, but they don't have to sit back and go, I have to be like Paul. I have to be able to
Oh, yeah,
communicate this.
exactly.
And that's powerful. That's powerful. And that's what we have here. So anyway,
You've got,
just
yeah,
want
you've got people that know everything about this business inside and out, what's good about it, where it's difficult, the challenges people may face. And I always feel to tell, I always tell people that we always tell them the truth is we never make anything up. We never say you're going to do this, you're going to make thousands of dollars. I mean, the biggest challenge we have is people say, well, my sponsor said I've been making $5,000 a week or $5,000 a month. And I haven't heard from him since then. We deal with all that stuff. So we know all sides of what goes on. And the good thing is, a lot of those people that were involved that acted like that, the industry churns them out and gets rid of them. Now we have a really good core group of people in the business that are doing all the right things. And I think that's important. You have to do the right thing. You have to support your team, make sure, but you don't do everything for them because that makes them dependent. And what we're looking for is people who are independent, right? Independent business people making 4 to 10 grand a month, right? Life-changing money. But you have to believe you can achieve it. Believe to achieve.
Totally. Right.
And we'll take care of the calls. We'll take care of. We'll get them signed up. We'll make sure they pay you. We can't do more than that.
And you do it well. So listen, we've taken up enough of your time. I think we've been on longer than we intended, which is great.
Oh,
we
you're
appreciate
okay.
that. Thank you. So, is there anything you want to get to, Eric, before we ask Paul for his last words? Not his final words. He's just on this call.
Okay.
No, if you guys are watching and this may be coming through Paul and I, it may be coming through some marketing. You may get access to this video through one of our partners, right? We're 100% behind this. We help. Not just the thing about different with Paul and I is, again, this isn't a multi-tier thing or anything like that, right? It's a single tier, but we don't look at it as, oh, we only make a commission on our personal sales. We want everyone to be successful. So just like Paul Stevenson and the staff there, we're putting together marketing tools and assets and doing weekly trainings and all the things we need to do as leaders to help the people that are coming into our community. So we're excited. This is something we're going to get dialed in and focused on this year. And we hope that you join us in this. So I'll let Paul close it out.
Well, I think that was Paul 1 or Paul 2?
No, we're going to let you. If somebody, what haven't we asked you? What do you wish people would ask you? What do you wish you got a chance to say on a call? Here you go. You can close it out with whatever you want to close it out with.
I definitely will. I'll end with this. For the past 10 years, 8 years, everyone has said to me, be good to have a residual aspect. Be good to have a residual aspect. How can we make residual income? Because it's the holy grail, isn't it? Getting paid for work you did last year, this year, etc. And I've looked at every single way of doing it, but with the type of pay plan we have, with the one-up pay plan, stuff like that, with 100% commission, it's really not possible. The only way to do it would be to say, well, you don't get paid your commission instantly. We take the commission as a company and we pay you every 6 weeks, which I don't want to do because someone could join you in 1 hour, right? And 1 hour after that, they could have $2,000 in their bank. Yeah. That's fascinating. I love that.
Well,
right?
Can I just point out as well, though, I did this the other day. It kind of clicked with me that, if somebody, what did we say? It was 15 times, was it 128? Yeah. So there's something else we're involved in. You can earn $128 a month recurring, right? So that's a nice residual income. But one G2000 sale is worth 15 months of that recurring income in one hit.
Yeah, it's interesting you should say that because I did a training once in London, and I said to people, "Would you rather have $100 a month or $1,000 in cash today?" And people were so hooked on this residual income thing, 90% of the room said, "I'd rather have $100 a month," which is obviously the wrong answer. Right?
Yeah.
Money in the hand is worth having now, but residual income is incredibly important, which is why we have introduced the 5 leads a day, which you can get paid on. More importantly, we now have a school group that'll be added to the back office later this week. The school group's really important for Exodus because if we can get everyone in there, not only can you bring your team in and can you earn a residual income. We can start doing training in there. I'm going to teach people how they can make their own lead capture pages. I'm going to teach them how to, like, for example, the ABC of selling, which it's a technique I teach in the back office that's really, really cool. I can bring guest speakers in there, right? And it can be your platform for so many different things. We were talking before we actually started recording this call. I want people to be able to design, and have their own lead capture pages that we put into the back office for them, right?
Yeah.
That school group will teach you that. And it could be that I have you, we end up going, well, look, Paul and Eric are going to do a training this week on social media. Whatever it may be, we can do anything we want in there. It's $47 a month, but I think it's $47 a month well spent. And we pay out 40% commission. It will go to 50%.
Okay.
All right. So once there's 100 people in there, I'll move the commission to 50%. So you're making $23, $23.50 a month on everybody in it. It's just it's going to be a great community, and a lot of our communication will happen through there. That'll be how we do things.
Eric will tell you I love my recurring. So
yeah,
but like 15 months worth of recurring in the bank is nice, because it's up to me how fast I spend it, but it's nice to have it in that big hit, and that's what got me to Cornwall, is the big hits. So
you want both. You want the big hit for your cash flow and your residual building in the background. And what you can do, you say, right, I want my school money, my residual money going to this bank. I'm not going to touch that. I'm leaving that, but I'm going to use my cash flow money to do stuff I want to do. And I want to leave that. And at Christmas, at the end of the year, you go there and there's 3 or 4 grand sitting there. You go, wow, that was amazing. You know, that's how you do stuff.
Excellent. Right, well, I think that's a good time to end it then, guys. If we're good. So, guys, if you're watching, there's going to be a link around here. Like Eric said, it's one thing we do for our team, any marketing, and this is how we managed to do what we did before, is like anything we do, we share with our team, right? 99% of it. Sometimes it's just like something you can't, but so when you click the link, it might not be me or Eric, you see, it might be one of our team, right? And we'll do that for you as well. So if it's worked for us, there's no reason really why it won't work for you. So click the link, check it out, speak to the support center if you've got questions, and we'll look forward to seeing you in Exitus. Thanks again, Paul. Really appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome, guys. Anytime. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, Paul.